Hello everyone, welcome to the Yarn Bowl. Today in this video we're going to see how to crochet this cute No Sew Squid. So this is an adaptive pattern. You can also work the same pattern with size 4 acrylic yarn if you are not having access to this plush yarn that I have. So you can also work the same pattern with size 4 acrylic yarn. Just make sure that you use 3.5mm crochet hook while you're working with acrylic yarn. So in this video I'm going to show you how to work with this Premier Yarns Parfait Chunky plush yarn that I'm going to use for this squid pattern. So you can also download the free written pattern from my website, theyarnbowlcrochet.com. Link for that is available in the description. If you have an Instagram handle, do follow me on my Instagram handle as well. I post project updates and fun reels on my Instagram. If you're new to this channel, please do not forget to subscribe to the Yarn Bowl and click on the bell icon as well so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. So we'll be working with plush yarn today, which will be easier for you to see the stitches that is worked on. I'm going to use Parfait Chunky from Premier Yarns, color peach. For working this squid, No Sew Squid, I'm going to use 5mm crochet hook. I'll also need blunt tip of metal crochet hook, stitch markers and safety eyes that I bought from Amazon. So I always use blunt tip of crochet hook to tuck in the odd bits of yarn. We'll need polyfil and scissors. Let's work head and the body first to start with. So I'm going to start with a magic ring for round 1, and then I'm going to work 6 single crochets on the magic ring. So whenever you're working with the plush yarn, make sure you on your round 1, make sure you make loose stitches. Don't make a really tight stitch, so it will be difficult for you to pull the magic ring. So make loose stitches so it will be easier for you to tighten the magic ring. So that's it for round 1. For round 2, I'm going to work 1 single crochet in 1 stitch. So we are not working slip stitch at the end of each round. We are going to continuously work the next round. So we need a stitch marker to identify the first stitch of each round. And I work 2 single crochets on the next stitch. So I'm going to repeat this pattern around. I'm going to work 1 single crochet in 1 stitch and 2 single crochet on the next stitch around. I repeat this pattern around. You should have 9 stitches at the end of this round. Always make sure you count the number of stitches at the end of each round so that you don't work extra stitch or you don't miss any stitches. So for round 3, I'm going to work 1 single crochet each for 2 stitches and then 2 single crochet on the next stitch around. I'm going to work 1 single crochet each for 2 stitches and then I'm going to work 2 single crochet on the next stitch around. So at the end of round 3, you should have 12 stitches. Make sure you count the number of stitches at the end of each round. So that's it, round 3 is complete. I'm tightening my magic ring even more and securing it with a knot. Then we'll move to round 4. For round 4, I'm going to work 1 single crochet each for 3 stitches and then 2 single crochet on the same stitch for the next stitch. So go ahead, work 1 single crochet each for 3 stitches and 2 single crochet on the same stitch for the next stitch. So you should have 15 stitches at the end of round 4. So for round 5, I'm going to work 1 single crochet each for 4 stitches and then I'll work 2 single crochet on the next stitch. So I'm going to repeat that pattern around. Make sure you mark your first stitch with the stitch marker and proceed working 1 single crochet each for 4 stitches, and then work 2 single crochet, which is an increment on the next stitch around. You should have 18 stitches at the end of round 5. So for round 6, I'm going to work 1 single crochet each for 5 stitches and increment, which is 2 single crochet on the next stitch. So work 1 single crochet each for 5 stitches and 2 single crochet on the same stitch for the next stitch. So always make sure you make a note of your stitch count at the end of each of the round. So that's it. Our round 6 is done. For round 7, I'm going to work 1 single crochet each for 6 stitches, and then I work an increment, which is 2 single crochet worked on same stitch for the next stitch. So work 1 single crochet each for 6 stitches and 2 single crochet on the same stitch for the next stitch around. You should have 24 stitches at the end of round 7. Proceed working this pattern around. Now for round 8, I'm going to work 1 single crochet each for 7 stitches and then 2 single crochet worked on the same stitch on the next stitch. Mark your first stitch with a stitch marker. Work 1 single crochet each for 7 stitches and work 2 single crochet on the same stitch for the next stitch. You should have 27 stitches at the end of round 8. Repeat the pattern around. I'll meet you at the end of this round. So now that we are at the end of round 8, we'll work round 9. Round 9, we are going to work 1 single crochet each for 8 stitches and then 2 single crochet worked on the same stitch for the next stitch around. You should have 30 stitches at the end of round 9. Work the pattern around. I'll meet you at the end of this round. So now for round 10, we're going to work a little different. We'll be stopping with the cone part of the head. So for that, I'm going to work 1 single crochet each for 9 stitches. Work 1 single crochet each for 9 stitches. Make sure you count the number of stitches. Work 1 single crochet each for 9 stitches. So after you work 1 single crochet for 9 stitches, I'm going to skip 6 stitches. Skip 6 stitches and then proceed your single crochet from the next stitch for 9 stitches. 1 single crochet each for 9 stitches after skipping 6 stitches. So at the end of this round, you should have 18 stitches. So you have worked 9 more single crochet here. So we'll sew this opening later. So after this 9 stitches, you will have 6 stitches left. Skip those 6 stitches and then we are going to work right where our stitch marker is for the next round, which will be round 11. I'm going to work 1 single crochet each for 2 stitches and then 2 single crochet on the next stitch and repeat this pattern around. So don't work on the skipped stitches of round 10. Hereafter we'll sew the little opening little later after we are done working the head. So for now, work 1 single crochet each for 2 stitches and 2 single crochet on the next stitch around on those 18 stitches of round 10. You should have 24 stitches at the end of this round, which is round 11. So make sure you count the number of stitches at the end of each round. So that's the end of round 11. So now for round 12, I'm just going to work 1 single crochet each on each stitch around. So at the end of round 12, you are still going to have 24 stitches. Just work 1 single crochet on each stitch around. Repeat the pattern around. I'll meet you at the end of round 12. Now we are at the end of round 12. Now for round 13, I'm going to work 1 single crochet each for 3 stitches. 1 single crochet each for 3 stitches and 2 single crochet worked on the same stitch for the next stitch. Work 1 single crochet each for 3 stitches and 2 single crochet worked on the same stitch for the next stitch. You should have 30 stitches at the end of this round. Round 14 and 15, for the next 2 rounds, we are just going to work 1 single crochet on each stitch around. You're still going to have 30 stitches at the end of these 2 rounds. Work 1 single crochet on each stitch around. We are working round 14 here. Repeat the pattern around. We are at the end of round 14. So for round 15 also, we are going to work 1 single crochet on each stitch around. We are still going to have 30 stitches at the end of round 15. Don't forget to mark your first stitch with a stitch marker. Otherwise you'll lose track of which stitch and which round we are working. So work 1 single crochet on each stitch around. We are working round 15 here. You'll have 30 stitches at the end of this round. Now for round 16, we are going to work 1 single crochet each for 3 stitches and then we are going to decrease for the next 2 stitches, which is we are going to work single crochet 2 together in next 2 stitches. Work 1 single crochet each for 3 stitches and then work single crochet 2 together in next 2 stitches. Work 1 single crochet each for 3 stitches and then work single crochet 2 together in next 2 stitches. Repeat the pattern around. You should have 24 stitches at the end of this round. Now for round 17 and 18, you should just have 1 single crochet on each stitch around. Work 1 single crochet on each stitch around. You should have 24 stitches at the end of this round. For round 18, also you work 1 single crochet on each stitch around. You should have 24 stitches at the end of round 18 as well. As I always tell you, make sure you count the number of stitches at the end of each round. Work one single crochet on each stitch around. So now for round 19 we are going to work one single crochet each for 2 stitches, and then we'll decrease for two stitches, next 2 stitches, which is single crochet 2 together worked on next 2 stitches. I work one single crochet each for 2 stitches and single crochet 2 together in next 2 stitches. Repeat the pattern around. One single crochet each for 2 stitches and then work single crochet 2 together in next 2 stitches. You should have 18 stitches at the end of this round. So this is the last round for the head and body. After this, leave a long tail. Don't forget this step. Leave a long tail and snip your yarn and then work slip stitch. So you're done with head and body. So don't forget to do the step, leave a long tail for sewing. Now cut 2 pieces of yarn, small piece of yarn, and then we have some gap that is there on round 10, right? We are going to close it. So I'm going to attach the yarn and those 6 stitches which we left, right? So I'm going to work slip stitches holding the back loop of either side of those 6 stitches and work slip stitch across each of them. Work, hold the back loop of the 2 stitches and then work slip stitch. Do the same thing on the other side as well to close the opening on the other side. Work slip stitch and then secure it with a knot, and then what you can do is leave your hook inside your head and pull this yarn bit inside your amigurumi itself. So that will look even more neat. So we have closed the gap on the one side. You're going to do the same thing on the other side as well. I'm going to close the gap on the other side as well. I'm going to follow the same thing. So once these 2 gaps are closed, so next step would be working on the base and the tentacles. So we'll need 2 types of tentacles for the squid. One, the straight one with a little bump at the bottom, and then 6 of curly tentacles. So I'm going to show you how to make one of each. You're going to follow the pattern and make 5 more of this curly tentacles. I'm going to show how to make one. So for making the curly tentacles, we're going to work chain 18. Work 18 chains. So after you work 18 chains, I'm going to work 2 half double crochet worked on the second chain from the hook. Work 2 double crochets on the second chain from the hook. After that, work 1 half double crochet on the next chain and then work 2 double crochet on the next chain. And now from the 5th chain onwards, work 1 single crochet in one chain and 2 single crochet on the next chain. Repeat the pattern around of working 1 single crochet in one chain and 2 single crochet on the next chain till the end. This should naturally curl your work. So proceed working this pattern till the end of working 1 single crochet in one chain and 2 single crochet on the next chain. So work this till the end. After that, work a slip stitch, fasten off, and then you can tie both the ends together with a couple of knots. And you need to make 5 more of these tentacles. We just made one. We need 6 of them for our pattern. So follow along and make 5 more of this curly tentacles. We need 6 of them. So now I have worked 6 of these tentacles. So next we're going to make the long tentacles, which is a straight one. We need 2 of them. I'm going to show you how to make one. Follow the pattern and make the next one too. So for that I'm going to work 22 chains. Go ahead, work 22 chains. So after you work 22 chains, I'm going to go ahead work 4 half double crochets worked on the second chain from the hook. Work 4 half double crochet on the second chain from the hook. After this on, I'm going to work 1 slip stitch on each chain till the end. Just work 1 slip stitch on each chain till the end. So continue this pattern till the end. I'll meet you at the end of the chain. After you have worked your long tentacles, snip off your yarn, tighten both ends of the yarn. So next step is making one more of this tentacle. So we have all our tentacles ready. We need to work on the base to which these tentacles are attached to. For the base, I'm going to work a magic ring. As I told you earlier, don't work tight stitches on the magic ring, work loose stitches. I'm going to make 6 single crochets on the magic ring. So that's your round 1 for the base. You should have 6 stitches at the end of round 1. So after your round 1 is done, for round 2 I'm going to work 2 single crochet on each stitch around. You should have 12 stitches at the end of round 2. Mark your first stitch with a stitch marker and then proceed working the round. Work 2 single crochets on each stitch around. You should have 12 stitches at the end of round 2. So after your round 2 is done, tighten the magic ring and secure it with a knot. And now we'll proceed with round 3. For round 3, I'm going to work 1 single crochet in one stitch and 2 single crochet on the next stitch around. So this should bring your stitch count to 18 stitches. Work 1 single crochet in one stitch and 2 single crochet on the next stitch around. You can then fasten off and weave your ends. You should have 18 stitches at the end of this round. After this, work a slip stitch and then fasten off your yarn. Now it's time to assemble all your parts. So I promised it's a no sew, so it's going to be a no sew, but still we'll work with the stitch marker to attach the base to your head and body. So you know the right and wrong side of the base. So the tentacles go on the right side, so that right side is facing downside. When you attach your base to the head, so make sure your right side is facing down, and then tie your knot and everything while the tentacles attach to the wrong side. So make sure the long tentacles on that are worked on are side by side, close to the middle of the magic ring, and then around these two tentacles you can attach the curly tentacles. So I'm going to attach all the tentacles to the base. That's what I'm doing right now. So attach all the tentacles. I attached the two of the long tentacles. Now it's time for me to attach all the curly tentacles. So once everything is worked, snip off all the odd bits of yarn. So now that the tentacles are ready, we need to assemble that to your head. Before that, we'll go ahead, attach your safety eyes on the head. So I'm going to start off between the second and third rounds from the bottom. Attach one of the safety eyes. I'm going to leave 3 to 4 stitches to put the next safety eyes, and then after this step, stuff your work with polyfill. So safety eyes attached. I'm going to stuff it with polyfill before attaching the base to the squid. So now you know that you have 18 stitches on the body of the squid as well as 18 stitches on the base. We have left a long tail on the head and the body earlier, right? We are going to consume that. We'll work slip stitches around, but we need to hold the two sides of the head and the body, and we are going to work slip stitches on the back loop of both these stitches of head and the body. So we're going to work stitch by stitch, work slip stitches around. So I'm just working stitch by stitch, slip stitch. I hope it's clear for you guys. I'm just working slip stitches, holding the back loop of the base and the head and the body. So that's it. Our squid is almost done. So your squid is ready. It's super simple, super easy no sew pattern. So I'm in rage of making all these no sew patterns now. They're easy to make, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you want a free written pattern of the squid, it's available in my website, theyarnbowlcrochet.com, and do follow me on my Instagram handle as well. And if you like this channel, please do not forget to subscribe to the Yarn Bowl and click on the bell icon. Thanks for watching. Bye.